Hi there, it's Claude Larson, and I am in my studio. And I say that with great emphasis today because I have been away from my studio for what seems like forever. I had a show in December. I spent a lot of November getting ready for it. Then I had the show. Then it was the holidays. Then we were traveling for most of the month of January. We got back February 2nd. I got a head cold. That's sort of ongoing. Trying to re-enter into my life. And I just haven't really been making anything. And I picked my word for the year, which was edit, right? Simplify. Revisit some of my old work, rework it, sand it down, paint over it, gesso over it, cut it up, recollage it, whatever. That was what I wanted to do. I have yet to do that. And I started, thinking about what were all the pieces I wanted to rework. There were a lot of them. And all of a sudden it was like, there was this massive pile of them. And all I could think was like, light a match, set them on fire, because I became overwhelmed. So one, not being in the studio, and then two, giving myself an overwhelming task to come back into the studio too, I was frozen. I just was not being, I don't want to say productive. I wasn't being creative because the mountain was too big to climb. So today I came downstairs and I was like, that's it. I'm going to do something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but there's zero pressure. I could throw it in the garbage at the end of the day. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I just need to do something from start to finish. So obviously, right, I'm not going to pick something big. I picked something small. And I was tidying up, and on my table I came across two pieces of fabric that I had set there because I was like, oh, I like the way these look together. Done, right? And I ended up using that as my starting point, and I added a few other things. So this piece and this piece I had set together on the table, and today I was like, okay, this is the day I do stuff with them. So I added some extra things. I sewed on some buttons. I did some hand stitching, some quilting. I finished the edges with a nice layer of gold paint. So it's neatly finished. It's done. Like, it's done. Is it a masterpiece? No. But now I feel like, because I sort of got over that hurdle, broke that barrier, I'm like, you know what? Now I'm ready to take something and go cut it up. I'm ready to sand something down and gesso over it. I'm ready to do the next thing. I needed it to be easy to come back into the studio. So I messed around. I don't know how long this took me. It didn't matter. I was just screwing around with some fabric and buttons and things that I love, right? So it got me in. It's small, and now I'm ready to move forward. So if you're stuck and you're like, oh, I want to paint, I want to paint, I want to paint, let me give you some advice. One, don't pick 30 colors and go like, this is what I'm going to do. It's too many. Don't pick something really big to jump in on if you're having trouble getting in the studio. If you've got a practice and you're in a flow, you're in a groove, and you're in there all the time, sky's the limit. Do what you want. But when you're having trouble getting started, a lot of times it's because whatever it is you're trying to do, you've made it too big. Think smaller. Now that I'm just literally playing around with that, it made me happy just to like put colors next to each other, stitch them together, do some hand stitching, pick out little things. Like, I found the happy, which now is going to carry me into getting back into my creativity. So I hope you get time in your studio or your kitchen table or wherever it is that you make stuff. But if something is stopping you, start small. You want to paint, make it a 4x4 piece of paper. Like, just make it easy. You want a collage? Pick 3 things, cut them up, and like get a glue stick. Make it easy, and it will carry you back into the flow. Kind of like you don't want to jump into the biggest wave in the ocean, right? But if you wade in a little bit at a time, next thing you know, you're in the flow, you're in the current, and you're creating. Okay, hope that was helpful. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.